Welcome back. It's time now to take a look at the top business stories. National Bank of Abu Dhabi to launch first Sharia-compliant repurchase agreement. UAE's IPO market sees revival. And US President urges Congress to find compromise. Before we look at our top stories, let's take a quick look at the UAE bourses, which ended mixed today. The DFM lost 0.9% to close at 1,466 points. The utilities sector today posted the largest losses. Stocks to watch are Arab Tech Holding, which fell 1.4%. Aramex dropped by 2.5%. Heavyweight EMA Properties fell 2.4%. Dubai Islamic Bank lost 1.4%. But the share that topped everything was jewelry retailer Damas. Its shares tumbled 20%. 88 million shares were traded on the DFM, valued at 135 million dirhams. And over in the capital, the ADX gained 0.6% to close at 2,628 points. The consumer goods sector was among the strongest gainers. Abu Dhabi National Hotels was the main reason for that, as the share posted a 3.9% gain. Etisalat lost 0.5%. The two energy shares on the ADX, Dana Gas and TAQA, drifted in different directions today. Dana Gas was down 1.6%, while TAQA rose 2.8%. Alder Properties fell 4.6%. Suru Real Estate dropped 0.9%. 64 million shares were traded, valued at 83 million dirhams. And now let's have a look at the GCC and MENA markets. Saudi Arabia's stock market posted the largest losses today, and by that, falling to a 9-month low. And now to our top stories. The National Bank of Abu Dhabi is looking to launch the first Sharia-compliant repurchase agreement, also known as repos. Repurchase agreements allow a bank to borrow more money for its own operations. It sells an asset it has on its balance sheet, but already today agrees to buy back the security at a later date. The party that buys the asset today therefore acts as a lender. Until that time, the bank buys the asset back. In the meantime, the bank uses the money to refinance itself. Sharia-compliant repos give Islamic banks access to new sources of funds. NBAD's general manager, Sameh Al-Kubaisi, said the market for Islamic repos could be worth between $2 and $3 billion within a year. The National Bank of Abu Dhabi is in the news with another story. It also wants to set up an Islamic banking business in Malaysia. The company already has a conventional license in the country. According to the bank's CEO, Michael Tomalin, NBAD would like to also have an Islamic license, given the approval of the Malaysian authorities. The largest UAE lender by market value is also awaiting banking licenses in Lebanon and Syria, and wants to open 20 more new branches in Egypt by the year 2014. Abu Dhabi-based Insurance House will be the first UAE company to go public in 2.5 years. The 66 million dirham IPO will open for subscription today until March the 9th. By that, Insurance House will list 55% of its share capital. The share price has been set at 1 dirham with a subscription fee of 3.5 fils per share. Insurance House shares are to be listed on the ADX at a later stage. Once listed, 20% of the shareholding will be open to foreign ownership. According to a local newspaper, officials say although the IPO is small, it will prove beneficial to the recovery of the UAE's equity markets. Suru Real Estate is set to deliver the delayed Sun and Sky flats on Abu Dhabi's Reem Islands next month. That's according to building completion certificates from the government. Although there has been no official confirmation through an announcement, officials say the company had previously stated the handover was set for the first quarter of this year. The units are multi-story towers and are the first projects built on Reem Island. The development allows non-UAE residents to own apartments on a freehold basis. The units were finished in November and have been waiting for government approval to be handed over to their owners. And in our fast financial news, UAE banks were told by the central bank that they can distribute up to 50% of their profits as cash dividends. This comes after a cap was imposed in 2010. Also, the UAE central bank said there would be no limit on the distribution of bonus shares, as this will raise banks' capital. The Sharjah Investment Authority concluded its promotional tour in Asia to attract new investments into the emirate. The tour, which started in February, included Thailand and Singapore. It promoted investments into Sharjah's economy and helped build important partnerships. And after the break, we'll look at international business news, so stay tuned.